reaction to the light before. No sign that he remembers the way he thrashed in his sleep, muttering things he'll never say out loud. He just goes through the motions like nothing has changed. Doesn't talk, he doesn't text, he doesn't call anymore, he just exits. You follow him as he moves to the bathroom, only giving him a grace to shower in, returning as he is busy brushing his teeth. He doesn't look at the mirror, not directly. His gaze stays locked on the sink, avoiding his own reflection. Coward ass! He changes clothes, grabs his bags, heads to campus. You're right there, step for step, watching everything. Watching him sit through lectures, take notes with a blank face, not alone as professors drone on. Watching him go through an entire day, pretending he's just another student, like nothing is hanging over him, like he isn't walking around with blood on his hands. Days like these continue for a while, his routine almost identical to the one he had before he had murdered you, except Ethan isn't going to work. He's been skipping for the past few days. You notice it first when the time rolls around, when he should be heading to the morgue, when he should be settling in for another long shift under those awful flickering lights. But he doesn't. He doesn't even check his phone for messages. He would just idle around campus for a while before returning to his dorm and preparing for the next day. This day was the same. He just remained where he was, sitting on the bench outside of the building, rubbing slow circles into his temples. That ninja stressed. Wow, skipping work now. That's unlike you. Ethan stiffens slightly. Really, Ethan? I thought you were the hardworking type. What's wrong? I don't feel like hanging around dead bodies anymore. You see his hands clench. You're gonna get fired, you know. And after all that effort you put into being the perfect little employee, too. You grin, leaning in, voice dropping lower. Good, at least pretend you care. Then finally a shift in his gaze. Your words were not enough to break, but enough to crack. Stop! It's just one word, but it's the first thing he said to you since the morgue. His voice is rough, hold tight, not defensive, just exhausted. That means you're getting to him. You tilt your head watching him. It would be easy to gloat, to remind him that you don't need anything from him. He is the one who looks, who took everything from you. Instead, the question sits in the air between you heavily waiting for an answer. Then stiffens, his entire body going rigid. It's just a simple question, the only one that really matters, but he won't answer. You already know that. He exhales slowly, tilting his head back against the bench, eyes closed for a half a second before he laughs. That ninja cray is sharp, like something breaking, like something slipping through the cracks. He drags in a breath to calm himself, stiffening his chuckles. His head turns slightly, eyes flickered behind him, turning slightly, following his gaze, except to see something, someone. But there's nothing there, it's just you and him. Yet, he looks so sure, like he's not alone, like something else is there lurking, just out of sight. Your stomach twists before you can say anything and demand what they that. Ethan shakes his head and mutters something under his breath, too soft to hear. Then he stands up, shoving his hands into his pocket, and walks away. Like always, you follow him. The streets blur together, his routine now the same slow, silent walk, the same way he pretends you don't exist, the same way your presence coils around him like a second shadow. You take every chance to rattle him just because you can. He flinches and stiffens but never speaks. But tonight something is off. Ethan isn't just reacting to you anymore. He keeps checking over his shoulder, despite you walking beside him. His pace is quick, not quite rushed, but close. His fingers twitch at his side, his lips pressed onto a thin line as he mutters something under his breath. Again, you can't catch all of it, just a few words. Quiet, hand shaky, repeated like a mantra. Not yet, not now, not ever. Ethan reaches his door, stepping aside without hesitation, without pause. He barely even bothers turning on the lights, like his moving on autopilot. The second door swings shut behind him. He exhales, slow every breath. He's been holding it in the entire walk home. He kicks off his shoes, not even bothering to line them up like he usually does. His jacket slides from his shoulders, crumpling into a heap on the chair. Then, without much of a second glance, he climbs into bed. That's it. No brushing his teeth, no checking his phone, nothing. Just immediate escape. Burying himself into the sheets as if sleep would fix anything. You scoff under your breath. Coward. You sit closer, watching the way his shoulders rise and fall with each breath. The tension still clinging to his body, even when exhaustion takes over. Even now, he doesn't look peaceful. His brows twitches, his fingers curl around the edge of the blankets, gripping it like the only thing anchoring him. Something about it feels wrong. Not in the way it should, not in the way you want it to. Then you notice it. At first you think it's a trick of the light. The shadow stretched at the edge of the room, flickering slightly with the dim glow of the city outside. But as your eyes adjust and focused, you see it clearly. Standing at the foot of the bed, not a shadow of a tall lamp or hung clothes. A being just like you, being that is staring at Ethan with an expression you can't discern in the darkness, but it's there nonetheless. The figure at the end of Ethan's bed doesn't move. As your eyes adjust in the darkness, you finally read his expression. There is no anger in his stance or hatred. How he looks at Ethan, just resignation. You frown, taking a step closer. He is young, around your age, a college student. Maybe his clothes, nothing special. His posture slightly withdrawn. There's something unsettlingly familiar about him, but the thought passes as quickly as it comes. Maybe he's one of your friends. You don't focus on it. There's more important things to figure out. Who are you? The figure is startled, jerking upright. His eyes go wide, his body tensing instantly as he looks straight at you. He wasn't expecting you to see him. Not at all. He's shocked more than that. He's confused, his mouth opens slightly, but nothing comes out at first. He blinks once, twice, then finally manages to force out some words. Can you see me, ninja? You give him a look, crossing your arms. What kind of question is that? Of course, you can see him. You wouldn't have said anything if you couldn't. Obviously. The figure hesitates, still thrown off, still After a second, his lips pressed together, his shoulders sinking slightly, like he's trying to figure out what to do next. You know your eyes studying him. He still hasn't answered you. Who are you, my ninja? You don't waste time. No jokes, no sarcasm. You want answers. You spend too much time following Ethan around, yelling into silence, getting things from a man who refuses to speak. You're not going to wait around for this guy to do the same. The figure blinks, clearly still caught off guard, but something about the way you ask seems to unsettle him, more like the question is heavier than you meant it to be. Gaze flickers to Ethan for half a second before returning to you. He hesitates. I don't know. You take a step forward, eyes narrowing. All right then, what do you remember? He exhales, his posture relaxed. Just a little. He doesn't answer right away, but after a pause, he takes a small step forward. His eyes meet yours, and for the first time, he really looks at you, not in shock, not in confusion, but in recognition. I remember him. His gaze shifts back to Ethan, still tangled in the sheets. Breathe slow and even one moment, panicked the next. Then his attention turns back to you. I remember you. Your chest tightens, a strange weight settling there. You weren't expecting, you don't know why, but something about the way he says it makes your mind start to race. Huh? I am certain of it. You, the way his voice carries your name, the soft and melodic, a tenderness he hasn't had when talking about Ethan. I remember you. You blink for a second, a bit of blush creeps up on your cheeks. I'm sorry, I don't remember you. The ghost offers you a half laugh. It's okay. You have to refocus. Why are you following him? You tilt your head toward the bed, toward Ethan, still tangled in his sheets. Ethan. His shoulders tense. His hands curl onto his sleeves. His breath pauses for just a few seconds. His gaze drops for a brief, fast moment. Like he's thinking, like he's struggling with something. And then he looks at Ethan again, really looks at him. It's not the way you do, or hate, or overwhelming need for answers. It's something else, something troubled. His eyes flicker back to you. The hesitation is still there, but there's something behind it now. Calculation, sadness, uncertainty. I, hmm, he killed me, as you could probably guess. His gaze flickers to you, then to Ethan. But I wasn't expecting this. The two words that escape his mouth are genuine, and for some reason that makes you tense. He hesitates, his head tilting slightly, studying you with something too close to concern. Like he's processing the fact that you're here standing in front of him when you shouldn't be. Like it actually bothers him. You did too. You go rigid. You hate the way he says it, the way his voice softens like it hurts him to know. Ethan hasn't looked at you like that, not once with this guy. He does, and for some reason that's worse. You swallow down the feeling, arms crossed, as you force yourself to sound casual, struggling like it's nothing. Yeah, recently actually murdered by this douche. The ghost guy just stares at you, something unreadable behind his eyes, something tighter than before, like the answers didn't just confirm something for him, like it broke something too. Your brows furrow. That surprises you. His lips press together briefly before he exhales, shaking his head slightly. No, I'm sorry. He lifts his gaze again, studying you, his expression shifting. His eyes flicker over your face, taking in your clenched fist, your square shoulders, and your barely restrained anger. You're still angry. You scoff, shaking your head, something bitter curling at the edge of your voice. If you're still around, you might be too. He pauses, his face softening just slightly. Then he exhales, his gaze flickering down for a moment before he shakes his head. I was not anymore. The answer makes something in your chest twist. How could he just let go after everything? He don't give no fucks. That's how. Your voice comes out harder than you expected. Sharper it cuts through the space between you like a blade, raw and bitter, because if he's done being angry, then fine, good for him, but you're not. Still here, still burned by the weight of everything that happened, still furious in a way that doesn't fade. He watches you for a long moment, his expression unreadable, then slowly, his lips curve into a soft, knowing smile. I'll help you however I can. Despite his unfamiliarity to you, any help is appreciated. Thank you. You extend your hand, inviting him to shake it. Nice to meet you. Doe. Like John Doe. But I don't like the idea of being called John. You better pray your real name isn't John. He shakes his head vehemently, really disliking the thought. Absolutely not. If I find out this, I'm going to possess some government guy and get it changed. Your eyes widened. You can't do that. I wish. Oh man, you really hoped you could have done that. Dang, you got my hopes. Anyway, it's nice meeting you. Will offers a polite smile as you turn away from him to scan Ethan's room. You walk up to the desk and to the closet, searching for clues for anything. But there's nothing. No hidden notes, no secret letters, no scribbles, confessions of guilt. Nothing that says I murdered you or I stole a life that wasn't mine. It's just the same ordinary mess of a college student. It pissed you off. Doe stands near the door, arms crossed, watching as you tear through the room. He doesn't say anything. Not yet. He just observes, his eyes tracking your every movement as you throw open yet another drawer, rifling through its contents with growing impatience. It doesn't make sense. You push aside a stack of neatly folded shirts, running your fingers along the bottom of the drawer, feeling for anything out of place. A loose board, a hidden compartment, anything. There's nothing, just fabric and dust and wasted time. You expecting to find. His voice is steady and measured, not doubtful, not dismissive, not curious, and something about that makes your irritation flare even hotter. Something, anything, he killed me. He covered it up. There has to be proof of it somewhere. You slam the drawer shut and move on to the next. You don't care that it makes a loud, sharp sound against a quiet room. You don't care that your hands are shaking slightly as you reach for the next thing, yanking a textbook off the shelf, flipping through the pages like you'll find something. find some horrible guilty secrets sprawled in the margins. But of course, there's nothing. Doe takes a step closer, tilting his head slightly as he watches you, his expression unreadable. Will he be that careless? You freeze, fingers tightening around the book. You don't like that question because the answer is no, he wouldn't. Ethan has always been careful and controlled. He doesn't leave things to chance. Wouldn't leave evidence behind like some idiot in a bad movie. That infuriates you because it means he's going to get away with it. Breath comes out as slow, shaky exhale as you shove the book back into the shelf. There has to be something. He can't just. You shake your head, your voice harsh with frustration. People like him always slip up, always. Doe was quiet for a moment, studying you. Then he moves towards the desk, reaching down to pick up a few scattered papers, flipping through them with practiced ease. Have you noticed anything off yet? Anything different? You scoff, rubbing a hand down on your face before dropping it to your side. Besides the fact that he's a lying piece of shiz. A small breath of amusement escapes Doe's nose, but it's brief, gone in an instant, as he sets the papers down and turns his attention entirely to you. Besides that, you think about it. You remember how he has been avoiding work, avoiding the cemetery, how he has been looking over his shoulder and muttering under his breath when he thinks no one's listening. You know it's not just because of you. There must be something else. You cross your arms, exhaling sharply. He's scared. Doe raises a brow for you. You open your mouth, ready to say yes, ready to confirm that you are hunting. It was ruining Ethan's life. But you stop because the truth is, he's just not afraid of you. If he were, he'd be reacting differently. You've been pushing, taunting, doing everything to make him snap, but he just shuts down, ignores you, pretends you don't exist. Whatever else is haunting him, that's what makes him crack. That's why he keeps looking for his shoulder. No, I wish. But he's scared of something else. Doe doesn't react at first. He just watches you quietly and thoughtful, then slowly nods. Maybe he's scared of me. You turn to look at him. When you meet his gaze, it makes sense. All those times Ethan was looking over his shoulder, muttering things, chances are that was because of Doe. Wait, yeah, because you were following around too, right? So we're probably scared of you. You smile, putting the pieces together. That makes sense. Your short-term, victorious mindset dissipates as you remember to still have no solid leads on anything. Dang. So we got one thing figured out, but no dice otherwise. Maybe we could visit the campus. Your eyes light up. Great idea, good thinking, Doe. No cheeks tint pink, and he looks away. I mean, I just said the obvious thing. As you realize he's right, you laugh a bit. Yeah, just stupid. No, I didn't mean to imply that. You shrug it off as he attempts to backtrack, patting him on the shoulders. Don't worry. You know I'm just playing around. Doe deflates in relief, turning to the door. When will we go? What do you mean? Like, investigate the campus. Now, obviously, you pull him through the door before he can protest, heading down the stairs and out of the building. The campus is quiet, the usual students crowd replaced by empty walkways and darkened windows. It's strange seeing it like this, hollow and lifeless, as the entire place has been abandoned just for you. Joe walks beside you, hands shoved into his pockets. He glanced around, eyes tracing the tall buildings. Finally, he sighs, giving you a sideways look. So, not to question your process or anything, but the college is closed. Nobody's here. You smirk, shrugging. That's the point. Joe raises an eyebrow, lips twitching upward. All right, because breaking into places is totally normal ghost behavior. Hey, if it works, it works. Besides, I used to sneak in here all the time when with one of my friends. What? Well, more like stay super late, fall asleep, and then sneak out. But same thing. Don't look shocked. There's no way you did that. What if you got caught? I wouldn't have. My friends had a lot of experience in sneaking in and out of places. Getting some pickle at the college. They were one sneaky kid growing up too. You've had a bad influence in your life since childhood. No, I think I'm giving them some bad PR. Let me tell you about them, okay? Sighing, Doe gives you an accepting smile, gesturing you to speak. Their name is Avery, and we grew up together. They didn't get along with their parents, so they often hung out at my house, probably more often than they were at their own. My mom really liked having Avery around, and my dad liked how protective they were of me. When I got picked on in middle school, Avery punched one of the bullies. They got us both lunch detention. After a while, we became pretty inseparable. You pause thinking about Avery for the first time in a while. I can't believe I haven't thought of him much since I died. I kind of feel like a trash friend now. You're not. You just died, so it's understandable. I bet Avery is wondering where you are. They seem like a good friend. Sorry for accusing them of being an evil, sneaky guy. You laugh as Doe stumbles over his words. No, you were on the dot. They are an evil, sneaky guy. Come on, let's get back to searching. Doe chuckles, shaking his head as he follows you towards the main building. The doors are locked, but it doesn't matter. You walk straight through, the air chilling as you press through solid glass and wood like it's nothing. Hesitates at the threshold before stepping forward, his form passing through just as easily. He exhales, rubbing the back of his neck. Yeah, that's never not gonna feel weird. You glance at him, raising an eyebrow. Still new to the world being did thing. And say I'm new to it. Just it still catches me off guard sometimes. Those privileges. You start looking around. Doe joins you, flipping through the pages of scattered students' note papers, someone left behind. You pass by the classroom doors, picking a side, but nothing seems out of place. Until something does. You stop at the bulletin boards, your gaze landing on a neatly pinned article. The headlines jump out first, not because of what they say, but because of the name beneath it. You don't even read the article before you speak. Oh, would you look at that? Bill turns to you, confused before following your gaze. His eyes widen slightly as he sees the name at the bottom of the page. Certified Ethan Calloway. Your smirk grows as you gesture toward it. Guess your boy was a little overachiever, huh? Bill steps closer, scanning the page. His expression is unreadable, his brows furrow as he studies the work carefully. The article is about something big. Ethan seems to have discovered more about Ashtonville than what was taught in school. You watch him for a moment, then tilt your head. What you thinking about, Ghost Boy? Bill doesn't respond. Right away, his fingers twitch slightly before he finally exhales, his voice off. Don't know. I think I've read this before. You stare at him as his eyes are still locked onto the page. Finally, he swallows, his voice quieter when he speaks again. I think I went here. You blinked again, your smirk dropping slightly as you process that. What is college? He nods, slowly tracking his fingers over the paper as if touching it will bring something back to him. You cross your arms, raise an eyebrow. You think. He steps back, running a hand through his hair, his fingers gripping the strands like he's trying to keep himself grounded. My major was journalism, just like his. The words came out confident. There weren't even a thought before, but now that they're here, they feel right. He blinks his eyes, flicking up to meet yours, surprised at himself. You tilt your head, watching him closely. This is the first time you remember something real. You shift your weight, crossing your arms as your eyes. You sure about that? Dole lets out a slow